Hi everyone, and welcome to workout 5 of our 8-week strength and stretch series. As always, we're going to start with our dynamic warm-up. I am going to start adding in a bit more movement to these, so follow along with me here and then just listen to the instructions as we go through it. Let's get started with either our jog in place or our jumping jacks. Then go into a walk-through. This is a progression of the roll-through. Pull your toes towards your shin, stepping with your heel. Roll all the way through your foot up onto your toe. Next, we'll go into our knee hug, but this time you will step out into a forward lunge. Combining our side cradle with our side lunge shift, grab your right shin with your left hand and then step out into a lunge and then shift your weight to the other side. Come up and rotate, then pull your left leg to your chest, step out into a lunge, shift your weight, come up and rotate to the other side. Next, we'll go into our high kick with the strike and a heel tap. Alternate legs, walking forward. For the inchworm, reach down for your toes and walk your hands out into a plank as usual. This time, walk your feet up to your hands. Continue moving forward. Next, move on to a hip bridge march. Remember, keep your hips lifted and your heels driven into the floor. After that, go on to dead bugs. Remember, keep your hips and knees at 90, arms reaching for the ceiling, and pull your belly button in towards your spine. And then finish with a wall slide. Remember, tuck your hips and pull your belly button in so that your back is flat against the wall. Press your arms up and then bring back down to a W. Remember, if you need to bring your arms off the wall to keep your back flat, you can. Hopefully you're all feeling good and warmed up. I think I mentioned in one of my other videos that all of these workouts progress on each other. So today for our first cycle, we're gonna do jump squats, single leg calf raises, and then a plank hold with a hip twist. So let's go over those now. So for jump squats, we're starting in our squat position with our feet just shoulder width apart and our toes slightly pointing out. And we want our chest nice and high, so I'm gonna cross my hands on my chest. I'm sitting down, bending my knees, pushing my hips back. When I come up, I'm gonna jump. Land on the balls of my feet, come back down and lower into that squat and jump. We want a nice continuous movement here. Next, for the single leg calf raise, it's exactly like it sounds. You can hold on to a wall or a sturdy object for support. Lift one foot so your weight is on the other, and then you're just pressing up through your toes and then coming back down to the floor. And then the last one is a plank hold with a hip twist. So I'm gonna hold a plank on my forearms and my toes. Make sure my elbows are stacked underneath my shoulder. I'm pulling that belly button up towards the ceiling. I'm holding my plank, and then I'm twisting and tapping my hip to the floor. So for our first cycle, we're gonna do 3 sets of 8 jump squats, 8 single leg calf raises on each leg, and then 10 total hip taps. And as always, you can follow along with me here, or you can go work at your own pace. All right, for our next cycle, we are going to do side lunges, negative or eccentric push-ups, and then a double extension dead bug. So let's go over those now. So for our side lunge, we're going to take a big step out to our side. We're going to bend our right knee, sitting back down towards the ground, pushing our hips back, keep that chest up, and then we're going to push off that same foot and come back together. Step out to the side again, push off that same foot, and come back together. And then do the same on the reverse for the other side. Then we have eccentric push-ups. So you can do these on your toes or your knees, but the goal is to slowly and controlled lower yourself down to the floor over a 3 to 5 second count. So in my push-up position, I'm going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I can come all the way to a relaxed position, press back up. If I need, I can still do this on my knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And lastly, our double extension dead bugs. So, starting in that dead bug position with our hips and our knees at 90, our hands reaching for the ceiling, we're going to kick both out and then bring both back together. Kick both out, bring both back together. Remember, we're pulling that belly button in towards our spine the whole time. For this cycle, we're going to do 8 side lunges on each side, 3 eccentric push-ups, and then 8 double extension dead bugs, and we're going to do that 3 times through. Hope you all are still with me. We got 2 more exercises for this last cycle. The first one is an upright row, and then the next one is a triceps kickback. So let's go over those now. Again, if you guys don't have hand weights, you can use canned soups or vegetables. For the upright row, if you have a backpack or a reusable grocery bag, you can toss a couple books in there, anything to add weight, and then just hold on to the handles for that. But I'm just gonna use one weight. I'm holding it on the neck of it right here, and I'm gonna hold it down by my hips. I'm going to bend my elbows, pulling up to my chest, and then I lower it back down. I'm coming just to chest height. My elbows are up and out to the sides. I'm keeping it close to my body and slightly pulling back at the top. The next one is a triceps kickback. So we're gonna stand, we wanna be bent over so our chest is almost parallel to the floor. We wanna keep our knees slightly bent with our hips pushing back behind us and that nice flat back. We're gonna hold our weights in each hand. We're gonna row so that our elbows are at our sides. And from here, we're just kicking the weight back behind us, and then we're coming back to that neutral position. Kick back behind us and come back to neutral. So for this set, we're doing 8 upright rows, 8 tricep kickbacks, 3 times. So that concludes the workout section of today. As always, we're going to stretch and cool down for a few minutes. I do have a new stretching routine, so just follow along with me here. So we're going to start standing with our feet together, and we're going to reach down for those toes. You can let your knees bend slightly. You want to get as close as you can. If you can touch the floor, that's great. And just let your head hang and relax into this for 15 to 20 seconds. Good. Slowly roll up out of that. We're going to take our feet out wide. You're going to shift your weight into your right leg, pushing your left hip towards the wall. You're going to let your arm hang, and then with your left arm, you're going to reach up towards the ceiling. Try not to push on your leg for support here. Remember, we're still engaging that core, but we're also getting a stretch all the way through our side here. Good, and come back up. We're gonna go to the other side. So push your right hip out toward the wall. We're shifting our weight into our left leg, and we're reaching up towards the ceiling with our right hand. Good, and come back up. We're gonna reach down to the floor. We're just going to hold this position for that 10 to 15 seconds. I'm going to turn to my right foot. I'm going to let my toes shift so that they're pointing in the same direction. I'm going to drive my left heel into the floor while bending my right knee. I'm going to shift my weight back to my back foot, pulling my toes of my front foot up off the floor. You should feel this back here in your hamstrings. Good. I'm going to bring my weight back to center. I'm going to drop my back knee down to the ground. We're going to do that Hoc Kneeling Hip Flexor. So I'm tucking my butt under. My right hand is going to go against my right knee. I'm going to reach up for the ceiling with my left hand. So I'm going to pike my hips up back to that starting position, shifting my weight back to center, and then I'm going to shift my weight to the left side, again turning my toes to face the same direction. Bend your right knee, bend your left knee, driving your right heel into the floor. Good. Shift your weight to your back foot. Pull the toes of your front foot up. Good. Come back to center. Drop that back knee down to the floor. Left hand on the inside of your left knee. And reach up towards the ceiling with your right hand. back up. Shift your weight back to center. We're gonna hold here for a couple more seconds. You're gonna walk your feet in so that they're next to each other. Again, holding here for about 10 to 15 seconds. Tuck your chin, let that head relax. Good, and again, slowly roll up. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you all enjoyed this workout. Remember, this was workout 5 in our 8 workout series, so keep a lookout for the next 3.